still in Kiev. Could you hear the bombing? It was Leslie. Is this? The whole world has been inspired by the courage we're seeing in Ukraine. I was there this spring, and I'll never forget the stories of the families I met. Here at home, there are powerful stories too. People rising to be their best when a crisis is at its worst. In the chaos of the Lviv train station, I met so many moms and their children, overwhelmed and uncertain. Do you know where you will live? No. These were just some of the millions of Ukrainians who've been forced from their homes, refugees seeking safety anywhere they could find it.
Hey, Cal from San Diego. I'm here. We got our 3 vans going.
San Diego area pastor Phil Metzger witnessed the heartbreak too. As soon as the war started, he and his family flew to Ukraine to assist the refugees.
And we wanted to help get them out of the country because for a lot of them, they were trapped. And so we're trying to get them out as quick as we could.
But when Pastor Phil got home, he found out the crisis had come to his backyard. Did you think for a moment this was going to be a crisis that would land in your neighborhood, essentially?
Not in a million years. I had no clue that a pathway into the United States would be from the Mexican border in our hometown in Chula Vista.
Pastor Phil runs Calvary San Diego, a church and school just a few miles from the border. Mexico allowed Ukrainians to enter without a visa, so thousands went there, hoping to be granted permission to enter the U.S. temporarily on humanitarian grounds. Most say they want to return home as soon as they can.
So we zip down there. We meet a few Ukrainians that are coming across totally disoriented. And we said, hey, why don't you come over to our church? We bought 6 air mattresses and just thought, we'll help out a few people. Within like 12 hours, 100 people were at the church. And it just kept like spiraling more and more and more, hundreds every night.
So he mobilized his congregation. What inspired you to get the church involved in this?
Well, it takes a village. I mean, you just can't do this alone. And our church and our whole community rallied very fast.
Pastor Phil organized volunteers on both sides of the border. He helped establish shelters in Mexico.
There are about 600 people that sleep in here at any given moment of the day.
And welcome stations on the American side.
Over here at 907,
Thanks in part to Phil and his congregation, a legion of other Southern Californians got involved. We met fast food workers who traveled to Mexico on their day off to bring supplies.
We want to support people in difficult times.
Volunteers who handed out food and water, and people like LA area resident Bert Shepley.
We now have a Ukrainian family that we followed from Kyiv all the way to Warsaw and over to LAX. They've been with us for a month.
Thousands of Californians embraced total strangers with open arms and open hearts.
Everybody just kind of jumped in and did what they could do.
Susan and Roy Seidel hosted several families, including this family of 4 who went through a grueling journey. They stayed a week, and the kids finally got to smile.
The kids are having a good time. We've been taking them out to the sunsets, taking them out for ice cream, introducing them to Slurpees.
Other San Diegans chipped in to buy them plane tickets, and they're now with relatives back east. Former NFL player Nick Roach and his wife Anna Marie felt like history paid a visit.
We watch the news and we see these stories of things going on in the world, but you never expect to really to be a part of helping it or changing it, and let alone especially having it literally show up on your doorstep.
They asked us to excuse the mess. They had 20 unexpected Ukrainian guests the night before. They have 6 kids of their own, yet still made room for more refugees.
I think it's just a part of being human. There's that innate desire to act like we're actually one species.
The plan is to go back there as soon as
Pastor Phil hopes the kindness shown the Ukrainians inspires us to reach out to other refugees who haven't been treated as warmly.
I think the way that the world is responding to the Ukrainian crisis could be a great template for how we could respond to other people that are in crisis.
In recent days, things have eased up for the pastor. Ukrainians can now enter the U.S. directly from Europe. As we welcome them, we can see that the Ukrainians have also given us a thing or two, a chance to rekindle our national pride in being a safe haven for the persecuted, and a chance to unite in a common effort. These are really divided times. Do you think that what we're seeing, this outpouring toward the Ukrainian refugees, is a template for a better us?
I hope so. I really do. I mean, we've all banded together to say, let's help these people who are in need. That's such a powerful message for today. I hope it inspires us all.
Beautiful words to end on, and we hope that some of the stories you heard tonight will stay with you.
And maybe inspire you to light the way for someone else.
We'll keep up the tradition next year, and we'll also keep telling inspiring America stories on NBC Nightly News. If you have someone you think we should know about, reach out to us at nbcnews.com/inspiringamerica. From all of us at NBC, MSNBC, CNBC, and Telemundo, good night.